Well, we got in yesterday. No problems. Enjoyed my morning breakfast here, fresh cup of coffee. I even got streaming quotes happening up here. You can watch my investments out in the middle of nowhere. Thanks to AT&T and a MiFi and a power booster. Cell signal booster. What is the temp this morning? 39. Felt warmer, but slept good last night. Slept really good. Probably slept about 9 hours. But did see a bull last night. Couldn't kind of show you where he was. Sorry for the noise. Powered up the batteries and taking a little maintenance on him. And he was, I don't know if you can see he was back in that, I'll call it a low area there. It's kind of wet. Back right where that grass is way back in there. And he stood up in the alders back behind the alders, and then walked to the right of that tree up in that hill and kind of lost sight of him through there. He was up in that stuff. But yeah, I could tell he was a big one. I just couldn't tell how big. Couldn't see his brow tines. Had nice big palms though. Probably was 50, but you know how it is. And I'm not going to eat a whole moose by myself, so I love hunting them with the camera, but I don't hunt much with the bow and arrow or the gun. Used to be an avid fisherman. Some might call it an addiction. Hunter. It is a beautiful day. I think we're going to do a little cleanup around here and maybe do a little work on the shed. Might even wash some windows. If I can find some Windex. Day one, kind of cloudy, kind of breezy, kind of cool. Can't even hardly see the mountains there, but snow's down. Any day it's going to be here. Alright, talk to you guys later. Well, kind of nice day out there for working. We've been out in the shed insulating the rest of it. The not the outhouse portion, but the actual shed portion. Tool portion. Came in for a little warm up. And I think what we're going to do is wire that puppy back in. I got a plug outside so I can plug my generator with a cord into the receptacle outside. And then I'm going to take these wires and wire that into an electrical box. And that way I don't have to have in the winter, I don't have to have my big generator running. I can use the real small one just to power up a computer or something like that. That big generator sucks, I don't know, 5 gallons every 4 hours, and the small little 2000 with the inverter I can run electronics on and probably run it on 1 gallon for 4 to 6 hours. So I think we're going to hook that one back up just to have. It's kind of nice to be quiet in the middle of winter, not scaring any animals. It's just me, so I think we're going to resurrect this plug. Well, there it is. Took me a while. Kept getting a crosswire neutral hot crossed, and finally figured it out. Got it wired up correctly. It's kind of makeshift with extension cord right now, but it runs over here. I got everything running now. I got off the smaller generator.
the one that's probably going to go 4 to 6 hours on a gallon. I can handle that. I'm going to try to work, usually work from home. I'm going to try to work from cabin. I'm going to see how long I can do this. I may run out of internet. I got a MiFi AT&T's, but so far it tested out pretty good. Got my ham radio set up over here. Breakfast bar on top of this freezer, which we're not using currently. We usually take pretty much everything out towards winter, so that is completely empty since we're not up here to make sure it runs all the time. See the temp warmed up pretty nice. Got up to what, 50 almost. Stayed below 40 till probably 2 o'clock, and now it's about 4:30, 5. It'll probably go the other way here. But man, you can see the wind. If I don't lock my door, the latch doesn't completely shut. I get a gust and the door comes slamming open. But it is that time of the year. But I'm happy. I got this set up. Got redundant power for this winter. Gonna try to get out here a little bit more this winter. This fall. Right now. Oh, I love it. Yep, trying to get everything, the little things, you know. So, end of day one here. Well, it's not the end. We're going to cook a dinner. Probably watch a little Netflix. See how much the streaming's not great. I think it's almost 3 megabit down. So it's not great, but it's enough it'll do it. I just got to use a smaller window and set my speed and it should be good. If not, I got the AT&T cell phone. I can watch off that. That's kind of small, but done it many a time here. So, the middle of nowhere, living with modern conveniences. Almost. Need running water. Alright. It's been a good day for me. Felt like I accomplished something, so we'll get back to the shed tomorrow. Well, what I'd like to get done today is put this stud. I need a nailer for the cedar to come from, you know, if I put the board running this way, I need another stud on the inside because there's nothing, you know, I got nothing to nail to, so I gotta stick another stud right there. And then up top I'd like to put another nailer board up there, similar to up here. That way the ceiling, we got a nailer for the ceiling if we decide to put sheetrock or whatever up there. And then I could start on putting the cedar across. But today is the last day of moose season. And it was below freezing, so it's dead quiet out there. Everybody knows the moose are moving. So I'm kind of reluctant to start up the generator. I won't be the favoritist guy for miles around if I do. I'll wait to hear for somebody else to... I'm not hunting. I lost my cigar. There it is. Man, get sidetracked easy. But it is a gorgeous. You can see that through this window. I guess I don't have to go outside. The clouds moved out. I couldn't even see the foothills for the last 4 days. And I expected them to be fully white, and they're not. So, I mean, it's pretty white, don't get me wrong. But it's a beautiful, beautiful day. So it's well below freezing tonight. It's about 39 right now. And it's about 10 in the morning. So, see my breath. But yeah, it's a beautiful day. I just don't want to make a ton of noise out here. Hammer and air compressor, generator's gonna be heard miles around. A little breezy. You can
can really see, you can see into the woods pretty good now. Cold temps and dropped a lot of the leaves and stuff, so it's really, even back here I don't have many alders and stuff, but there's spots here. See, I can see the airstrip over there, right in through there. You can't see that in the summertime at all. So right in there is the airstrip. And that this way is my property out there, and it runs kind of, how do I want to put it? It's like 320 foot in the front and goes back about 1,200 foot. So I got more. It runs more like this north to that mountain. So the property lines are kind of. A little bit of last night's hamburger mixed in with about 3 to 4 eggs. We'll scramble this up. And we'll add some hamburger. See what happens here. Can you guess what it is? There it is. A poor man's breakfast burrito. Eating good in the neighborhood. Well, the homestead? No. Cabin in the woods. We'll just go with that. I think it's going to work for lunch today. Ooh. Well, I can tell you after that, that was a lot of good protein. Wasn't exactly the fanciest. I could have had some potatoes and some spices, but I tell you, for a quick couple bucks, I could cut back to 2 eggs on that. I had 3. I had to eat leftover eggs. Darn. But yeah, a couple of those burritos, and you can feel the food coma coming on. But yeah, it was about 34 this morning, and it's 44 now. Had high winds all night, kept me up restless. A piece of plywood was banging against the side of the foundation of the cabin. Kept waking me up. Didn't want to go outside in the cold to move it. One of my coolers was blown halfway across the yard, so it was pretty, I don't know, 30, 40 mile per hour gusts, I'm guessing. So, moved a pile of wood out there this morning, and we got a late start. I think I was out there about 10. Can hear the neighbors coming in, hear the chainsaws running, so must have been some fallen trees down on the trail. We got the extension cord run out. We're going to start seeing if we can, got to frame in a door in there in between the 2 rooms in the shed, and then we're going to see if we can get some of the insulation. I don't know what I'm going to do on the ceiling. Insulation's pretty much done with what I can do. We're going to look at trying to put the rest of that cedar up. I don't know if I'll get that today, but we're going to get everything ready and framed in and get all that stuff ready so we can get started on cedar tomorrow. So we'll see how the day goes. Tell you, looking out the window past the camera, and I can tell you everything is white on the background in the mountains back there, so it's gonna hit any day. So I gotta don't want to be running extension cords and doing all that kind of stuff in the slop and the cold muck. I think they're calling for a little bit of snow and rain. It's supposed to be 25 here in a couple days, so keep the protein coming and take a little break, and we'll head back out there in the cold and see if we can burn some calories off. God knows I need it. Well, got to get that table, chairs, sneak it under the cabin there for the snowfall coming. You can see I got that pile of wood moved. It was over
or right in there. I'm gonna try to make a trail, make the snow machine, kind of make a big loop and come back there. So wanted to move that. Last year we got stuck and had that big rig come get us out. You can see some of the trees are starting to fall. Got a lot of dead stuff behind that. It's far enough from the cabin, I'm not too worried. But definitely got a snag up there. He's down, looks like a couple snapped. But I think I'm gonna go check on the truck. It's parked in an area where a lot of old trees are. I may not have a truck. So I'm gonna run out, get to the gravel road trailhead and see what we got. There's some more that snagged there. And that birch just happened the other day. But yeah, they're here and there. And that's not with any heavy snow, wet snow. I guess back in town they got 6 to 12 inches in Anchorage, Eagle River area. Power went out, and I guess just a real wet, heavy 6 inches, 12 inches of slush. Guess trees are snapping everywhere, even in town, so fun times. But I better go check on that truck. See what, I need to start that too. Make sure get that battery out probably. A lot of things to do yet, but one project at a time. We'll get them. Gonna fire up old red here, and we're gonna take a trip back to the road and check on the truck. You can see it's wet and muddy. There was a couple of trees down on the trail, further down the trail. People had cleared them, and the road to my truck had many. I was in the mood. I quickly got rid of that guy. Got him cleared back, and just a pile of 4-foot chunks of tree now. But man, wind did a number. Looks like a whole, what do you want to say? Like, if you were to look at this tree right here, how it's kind of got 3 whole root balls. In other words, it came out at the whole root, and all 3 fell over across the road. It looked like a couple spots. Looks like it took some big equipment to get that root ball out of the road, but all in all, all's well that ends well.
It's incomplete. Boy, I think he just threw it at the ground toward Hardman because he saw the defender closing in quickly.
Yeah, and I love that. That actually, to me, is just maturity.
Remember this? The last time with Mahomes at quarterback that the Chiefs were shut out?
What I remember is that second half they weren't shut out.
No, the game ended up big, by the way. And here comes James.
I think they scored 30.
It's 37-31. Brady and the Patriots won the game 1-on-1. Super Bowl 53 over the Rams. It was a wild second half. Bosa's back in on this play. 2nd and 10. There's Lush trying to turn around. He's going to be stopped about 3 yards short of the first.
And you got plenty of time here. Just slowly get up on the ball. You don't need to huddle, but you get to your good stuff. You line up. Now, right here, you're going to need double team Tyreek, double team Kelsey. Watch the guys up top right here. Help out on these 2.
Go for it on the ground. It's there. It's wide open for Edwards and Lamar into the secondary. And push back near the 17.
What a play call right there. I mean, just fooled the Chargers, everyone, and you get a quick 15. And now, I still like it. There's no timeouts. You got all day. Get up on the ball again. You're going to look, see what they're in. You could run the ball again if you wanted to. But down on this side, this is Tyreek Hill. This guy has to help him.
Well, decided to cut the trip short here. Today was kind of a relaxing Sunday. Watched the Chiefs game and the Chargers. Came out and putzed on, got this top rail up here. Got that put on. All the way through, had them notched to get around the wiring and stuff, but got that done. Didn't do much. We got enough lumber here now that we should be able to frame this door in. I think I know what I want to do with this door frame. Actually thinking about putting the stove right there, come up later this winter. Depends how much we come up, but this is framed in for a door. And I'm thinking when I cut that door out, I'm going to cut this plywood out anyway. Why not cut a hole in it, insulate around that, and put the stove, you know, down here and run it out there. And then all I have to do is insulate this small room. So I'm going to give that some thought. The more you look at a project, you know, you don't have to do it all. Did get I guess this is about ready to be shut up, but got the ladders hung. Small project, but it's little projects like that that make a big difference, especially when the snow is really, you know, 2-3 deep. It won't be too bad to get them if I need them. I haven't had to have them. I got the step ladder inside, so it's only gonna have to be on a roof or something. So they should weather better there and not get trampled, and just looks better. But it's, I hate to leave. I like it up here. I could stay real easy. I can see where you can fall into a habit of kickback mode, little project here, little project there, and I can tell you my stress level for my IT job is just a few days, 5 I think I was up here, just kind of relaxed. And even with the windy days, the first 3, it was kind of gnarly, but I really couldn't do much due to being hunting season. I didn't want to make a lot of noise, and got a few neighbors that like to hunt up here and stuff. So I say neighbors, you know, they're about there's one a mile on the other end of the airstrip, and a mile to the, what would it be, northeast. So then we visited the neighbors, so caught up. That's all good. I do love that view though. Just so beautiful up here. And I know it's wet, snowy, probably all dried on the concrete and pavement. We're just gonna call it a, well, it's almost October already. I got a busy week. First week of October, I'm gonna be putting in a lot of hours. So, it is what it is. Wife got back into town, so I'm gonna head back, catch up with her, see how her adventures went. I was gonna stay a day or two, and I realized I'm just gonna be working up here. Table put away, putting a heavy duty equalizing charge on the batteries. We'll shut them in since we're not going to be using them. Pack things up and get it pretty much winterized, so if we come back out, it'll be just a cooler for a weekend or whatever, 4 days. Just enough, you know, sandwiches and whatever. Be light, just the essentials. Come out here in the winter. That's kind of where we're at. Still can go inside the shed and work. I'm glad I got the wiring for this. So basically this small generator, got it, I'll set it down next to the big one. And we got a plug outside that comes through and connects there. So now I don't have to run that big one for the batteries. It can be real economical. But that's 64 volts. It's getting after it. 22 amps. It'll be a few hours, so I'm gonna pack everything up. Got all the dry goods and food in the freezer, and milk and stuff in the fridge. So we'll take a lot of that right at the last minute. But we're gonna pack everything up and guess head back to the big town. Could stay out here for another week or two. Pretty darn easy, but fortunately still working, so I need to go where I'm the most efficient. Unfortunately, that's redundant internet and multiple monitors and That means I gotta go back to town. Till then.